I'm joined here today by, normally I would say the one and only, but this time we have two people joining me, of course, talking about Aoriqileng. Set the fight coming up soon against Cody Durden on November 20th. Joined us kindly by his translator. Thanks so much for joining me, gentlemen. How are you guys?
Aoriqileng，非常感谢你今天能接受采访。然后你现在感觉怎么样？今天？
感觉还挺好，挺不错。
Yeah, it feels good. I feels good.
All right, so before we get to the fight and all that stuff, I want to talk about the UFC debut. How did it feel going out there and being able to compete in the UFC for the first time?
在聊你接下来这场比赛之前啊，先说说你的 UFC 首秀。你对你的首秀感想如何？第一次在 UFC 比赛？
感想的话，我觉得挺好，感觉很不错。
Yeah, I feel not bad. The general overall feeling was good.
A lot of people, they mentioned before the fight, they get what's called the octagon jitters. They get very nervous before making the big walk and stuff. Did you feel anything like that before your first fight?
他说对于很多人来说啊，通常第一次打 UFC 比赛，尤其是打这种大赛，很多观众都会感到紧张。你有这种感觉吗？
我人嘛肯定是紧张一点，一点点紧张。
Yeah, of course, a little bit. Yeah, like everybody, we're all human beings. So yeah, I'm nervous a little bit for sure.
All right, now let's talk about this upcoming fight against Cody Durden. What was your reaction when they came to you and they said this was going to be the next opponent for you in the UFC?
所以对于你接下来这场比赛，对手是科迪杜登。那当你接到这个比赛消息，然后知道这个对手之后，你的第一反应是什么？
第一反应就是没什么反应嘛，就是来谁打谁。
Nothing special. Just give me a name. I will fight against him. That's all. That's everything. Nothing special.
Was this someone that you were familiar with before they came to you, or when you found out who he was, you sort of had to look him up?
所以对于这个对手你熟悉吗？你有打算，比如说在比赛之前对手做一些研究吗？
没有，我现在就是正常备战，把心态调好就可以了。
Yeah, I don't have any plan to look up or research my opponent. I just focus on myself and keep everything goes well. Keep my training camp goes well. That's all. Yeah.
So why do you choose to do that, then not looking up your opponent? It seems like a lot of people, they love watching tape. They want to feel like they know their opponent very well. Why is this the approach that you choose to go with?
所以啊，他想问你为什么你就不太在意你的对手？因为很多选手都知道啊，非常喜欢研究对手，然后针对对手的打法，然后自己来制定比赛战术。为什么好像你看上去对对手不是那么感兴趣？
怎么说呢？就是我不是不感兴趣，就是还没到那个时候。我是喜欢比较半个月之前，我要研究一些他的一些动作、比赛。
Oh, okay, yeah. It's not. I'm not interested, or I don't want to research my opponent. It's because I don't think, not at the right moment yet. Now I just make everything goes well on myself. Maybe 2 weeks before the fight. Okay, I will do some like film study, look at my opponent to see how he fights looks like, and then I will make my game plan. Yeah. Don't need to do that too early.
So what's the reason behind that? Like, is it about the mental aspect of it? What's the reason for waiting such a long time before choosing to do anything like that?
所以，那你选择先专注于自己的训练，然后临比赛前再研究对手，这个原因是什么？是你觉得是这对自己的精神状态会有影响，还是怎么样？心态？
我觉得是心态吧，就是提前研究对手，把自己的一些动作呀，都都那个练不了，所以我比较喜欢最后半个月10天，我就研究他。
So I think it's about mentality. If you focus on your opponent too early, you will ignore yourself. You have to develop or concentrate on yourself at first. Then, when everything goes well, you'll lay a very good foundation. Then, okay, look at your opponent.
That's a very interesting philosophy and a very intelligent one. How long did it take you to come up with this, or is this something that you've done since the very start of your career?
他觉得你的这个想法这种方式很好，然后呢，那他想问你，你是一贯如此吗？就从你开始比赛，你的整个职业生涯都是这种方式对待对手或者研究对手吗？
对对对，我一直都是这样的。
Yeah, it's always like this.
All right, so with you making your UFC debut, the big thing that happens is the fan base just gets so much bigger. We see the social media numbers go up and stuff like that. How much bigger was your fan base, or what sort of effect did that have on you making that UFC debut with your fans?
所以说啊，大家都知道这个 UFC 的粉丝现在越来越多，然后包括社交媒体啊等等，越来越多人关注这项运动。那对于你自己来说，你觉得自己打 UFC 以来受关注的这个程度增加了吗？
肯定增加的很多。
Yeah, of course. Since I signed by UFC, made my UFC debut, my followers, my fan base was growing rapidly.
And so one thing I do want to talk about is the fact that you don't speak English. Does that give you some kind of benefit because you know that your opponents wouldn't try to trash talk you or try to engage in the mind games we see in other fights?
他想问你一个问题啊，就是你不说英语，所以你觉得这对你来说是个优势吗？比如说你的对手试图跟你说一些垃圾话呀等等这种，然后这样他就不会影响到你的心态，你觉得是这样吗？
也有这方面的因素吧，这也是，然后我也听不懂，然后他也听不懂，所以不知道他在说什么。
Yeah, I think so. I cannot understand what they said. They cannot understand what I said. Okay, we just don't cannot understand each other. Okay, let's just fight.
Exactly. I want to talk about your nickname. Obviously, the Mongolian Murderer. It's a very clever nickname. I like to know the origin. How did you come up with this nickname, or did someone give it to you?
还是这个问题啊，问你这个外号"蒙古杀手" Mongolian Murderer 这个外号是怎么来的呢？是谁给你的这个外号？
这是 PI 的那个丁教练，因为我的训练，我刚到那个 PI 的时候是跟我对练的人、训练的人都会受伤，所以我的教练给我起了个这么个外号。
This nickname was given by the head coach of UFCPI Shanghai, Dean Emersinger, because when I was just arrived PI, start training there, I don't know how to spar properly. I have no mercy to my sparring opponent, so all of them was get hurt, like bruise on his face, cut on his face when they sparred with me. So that's why Coach Dean gave me this nickname, Murderer, Mongolian Murderer.
Well, there we go. The best nicknames are the ones that people give to you. Obviously, if you come up with it yourself, it doesn't quite have the same effect.
他就说，这个外号也是他听过的最酷的外号。
Thank you.
So, listen, for the sparring stuff, have you had to adjust your sparring, or is it when you get in there to spar with the Mongolian Murderer, there's a chance you could get murdered?
所以啊，他说，那你打实战的风格是一贯如此吗？是一直就是对训练的伙伴也不留情，还是现在已经改了很多了，就知道怎么正确的、合理的去打实战？
现在肯定是改了很多，以前是不知道是有时候比赛前受伤，然后这个比赛退了，现在不一样了，现在打 UFC，然后我也在外边训练。在这个拉斯维加斯训练，然后看到各方面的团队，然后学习一下他们的比赛前的这些备战呀、对练，这些都学一学。
Yeah, I think I am a much better training partner now than before. So yeah, I learned a lot. Even before, yeah, I don't know how to control myself during sparring. So I was injured and pulled out from fights very often. Now I changed a lot since I training at PI. Even in this training camp, I am in Las Vegas. I just want to learn from the fighter here to see how to train properly, how to improve myself, and I learned a lot and changed a lot.
And so we know that, with COVID coming around, it messed with a lot of people's training camps. It messed with traveling and stuff like that. What kind of effects did it have for you and your training camps in preparation?
他说啊，我们知道这个自从新冠爆发以来呢，就是很多选手都受到影响，自己的训练呀、生活。那新冠疫情对你有影响吗？有影响到你的训练吗？
我的有，我刚得新冠的时候，出来的时候不适应，然后毕竟是这个新冠嘛，所以现在好多了，我也现在无所谓了，现在。
Yes, it affected me a lot because I got COVID after my first fight. So I feel very uncomfortable with everything when I just finished my quarantine. So, but now, yeah, I feel better. But yeah, COVID does affect me a lot.
How difficult was it recovering from it and being able to get back to training and being able to, actually be able to take a fight again?
所以从新冠疫情康复到恢复训练这个过程，是很困难吗？说会有多困难？包括恢复，然后训练到接比赛。
有一点困难吧。我刚在医院待了1个月，反正差不多隔离完出来差不多2个月，所以这2个月也没训练，然后现在好多了，现在是最佳状态。
Yeah, it was a little bit difficult because I stayed in hospital 1 month and then stay in hotel for quarantine, so almost 2 months in total, and I can do nothing at that period of time. But now I feel better. It's a little bit struggling, but it's better now. I feel good.
So what did you do during all this time, sitting in the hospital, sitting in quarantine? What are you doing to keep yourself busy? Some people play video games and stuff like that. What were you doing to stop yourself from going crazy?
所以，那你在医院治疗和隔离这整个这将近2个月期间，你都做点什么呢？怎么样消磨时间呢？他说有人打游戏，有人干别的，那你都做点什么？
我就是找朋友聊天，然后是玩游戏，对不对？
Yeah, play video games, chat with friends. Yeah, just like that.
All right, there we go. I have one last question for you. I would ask you how you like the matchup, but we know you don't watch tape and that's not part of your preparation. So how do you see yourself getting the win in this fight?
所以最后他还有一个问题要问你，他说尽管呢你目前可能还没有过多的去研究你的对手，但是还是想问你，你对这场比赛有什么预期？觉得这场比赛会以什么样的方式结束？过程会怎么样？
我觉得应该是 KO 或者被降服，就这两个。
I think yeah, I knock him out or I submit him. Yeah, I finished him. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's it.
因为我最近一直练摔跤、柔术，拳法各方面都在练。
Because I trained a lot wrestling and jiu-jitsu recently, and of course as well boxing. So yeah, I think I will finish him.
All right, well, there we go. We look forward to it. It's going to be a great fight. Thank you so much for the time. And of course, translator, thank you for your time and thank you for translating. We really appreciate it.
好的，谢谢。那Aoriqileng，这就是今天的采访，感谢你的时间。
好的，Thank you。